Good morning, I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh. Welcome to The Balancing Act. Today, have you had your eye on a luxury watch? Well, we've got a way to afford the best watches in the world now. Also, diet meals designed by a doctor delivered to your door, and they taste good too. They're restaurant quality. All this and so much more this morning on The Balancing Act. Stay with us. You know, diamonds are a girl's best friend, even when they're on a beautiful watch. And even if you don't have a man who lives and gives expensive jewelry like Marilyn does, you can now lease to own. Did you hear that, ladies? Lease to own some of the most coveted timepieces from the world's most prestigious watch houses. Joining me today once again is my colleague Danielle. Knox, yes. Thanks for being
Wendy,
here.
Thanks for having me.
Look who we have with us. We have executive retail account managers Wendy Shattan and David Shazer from First Watch Leasing. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for being here. You're wearing some beautiful timepieces on your wrists yourselves, but why are watches so hot? Is it because celebrities now are wearing such wonderful, amazing watches that the average person now wants to be able to wear them as well?
Absolutely. Watches are really that rare combination of art, luxury, and fashion rolled into one.
And with precious metals, gold, gemstones, and so forth, they're really unlike anything else that you can wear.
So tell me exactly, what is First Watch Leasing? How does it work?
Well, basically, we have an online process where you can get pre-approved for a lease online, find a participating retailer, and redeem the lease online as if it were a gift certificate, basically. And you can go and select your watch.
Now, for which brands do you offer leasing? And at the end of the lease, you don't have to buy the watch. You can return it and then release another watch,
Start another
right?
one. You can do 2 or 3 at the same time if you want to, and just keep it rolling, essentially.
Love that, right?
Plan.
Not so bad. A little flexibility.
What are some of the brands that you offer?
Well, Rolex, of course. Like I have one right here for us, which is one of the men's that's very, very popular. But we do other brands as well, and you can find the entire list on our website.
And so you do lower end and higher end?
We cover the whole spectrum.
The one you're wearing, for instance, is so beautiful.
Oh,
I love that watch. What is that?
This is a Richard Mille, a beautiful diamond encrusted watch.
What would that retail for?
Around $112,000.
As much as a house.
Exactly. Miss Wendy, come on. Now,
that's 3 houses in Detroit right now.
How much does Wendy's watch retail for?
Around $108,000.
Okay.
Wow, so it makes sense.
Beautiful.
Now, we talked to Wendy earlier, and you were saying that women view watch buying very differently than men. Explain that.
Right. Well, women use watches more interchangeably with their wardrobe, much like a fashion piece, where men, it might often be their only piece of jewelry that they wear on a frequent basis.
Poor babies.
What about participating retailers? A lot of folks on board? We
absolutely do, nationwide. We have some participating retailers such as Westheim in California, Shreve & Company in California, Hyde Park in some of their other states, King Jewelers in Florida, and Armstrong Rockwell in Connecticut. But there's a full list on our website.
So if somebody has a dream watch in mind, is there a website they can go to figure out what their monthly payments would be?
Absolutely. www.firstwatchleasing.com, and first is spelled out F-I-R-S-T.
firstwatchleasing.com. What a treasure to have you guys here today.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you. Aren't they?
They are, yeah. When you wear 100,000 on your wrist, it makes you perky.
Yeah.
Next up, snap out of those negative thoughts about your finances and build wealth from the inside out. An estimated 64% of Americans are overweight, and as the weather gets warmer and bathing suit season rolls in, people start looking for ways to shed those extra pounds. Well, joining me today is my colleague once again, Kathy Peterson. How are you?
I'm good.
We're at our favorite topic, food. And are you doing anything to prepare for bathing suit season?
Every single day.
Yeah, you're a Floridian. You've got to be in shape. Well, here to tell us about a safe and healthy way to maintain a balanced diet, lose weight, and keep it off is bariatric and weight management specialist Dr. Caroline Sederquist. How are you?
Wonderful.
Nice to see you.
Thank you. Well, other than the fact that we all like to look good in our clothing.
And without our clothing.
Yes. Why is it so important that we maintain a healthy diet?
Because carrying excess body fat puts us at risk for medical conditions, including high blood pressure, diabetes, certain cancers, and even infertility. So it's important.
Now, we all want to eat right, but what can we do to get started?
Well, I find that most people do want to eat right, but because our lives are so busy and hectic, we rely on convenience food, restaurant food. And even if we order the healthiest thing on the menu, it ends up having extra fat, extra sodium, and extra calories. And it's hard.
Yeah. Well, let's face it, we're all busy moms. We all work, we all have to juggle and balance our families and our lives and everything else that we do.
Exactly.
It takes a lot of effort to read all the food labels, to come home and cook up a beautiful, nutritious meal. What do busy moms like us do?
Exactly. That's why I created BistroMD. I used it based on 10 years of clinical practice helping patients lose weight. What we found is that it's just very hard for people to get that all done. What I found is I know how to help people lose weight, but it's not enough that it just have all the right ingredients. We want it to taste great. So we've worked with chefs to come up with real, wonderful, balanced menus that people will enjoy eating.
Now, these BistroMD comes frozen meals a week at a time, about 20 meals, right?
Yes.
And let's talk about what some of the selections you have today, because this sure doesn't look like diet food.
It looks good to me.
This is an example of a breakfast here, egg white omelet with a vegetarian sausage and fruit. This is another one, a sweet roll that actually has added protein, and we actually serve it with a protein hot cocoa.
I hear you talk about protein and protein in the hot cocoa. You really think dieters need a lot of extra protein, right?
It's based on medical fact. When you're trying to lose weight, you need more protein, otherwise your body will break down its own muscle tissues to meet the need, and then you don't lose weight. So we don't want to starve people, we want them to have the nutrients they need so their body will allow weight loss.
So a lunch, high protein lunch choice would be?
It's a Bali chicken, long grain rice, and vegetables. This is actually a dessert, a cheesecake, which actually is only 80
I'll
calories.
fight you over that one.
Is that a high protein cheesecake?
It is indeed.
It is?
yes.
80 calories.
These are one of our entrees. This is a herb encrusted mahi-mahi with, again, long grain rice and vegetables.
Beautiful.
And then a cranberry stuffed chicken breast with a cranberry chutney, mixed vegetable blend, and carrots, broccoli.
And we should also say you get some snacks, okay? And these are even protein chips, protein bars. There's a theme here.
Yes, people need to eat adequate lean protein throughout the day in order for the body to allow them to lose weight. You do not need to starve yourself in order to lose weight. And in fact, most women when they diet don't eat enough, and they certainly don't eat enough of the right things, which is why they don't get progress, they don't get success.
So this looks really delicious, but is it really low calorie?
It is indeed. It's a reduced calorie diet, but more important than that, it's the right mix of the macronutrients, the protein, carbohydrates, and fat that I have found through experience and research really allows people to lose fat, not just weight, but body fat.
Specifically body fat. Correct. That's the good news that people want to hear. Okay, where can we go to find out? Because I need to sign up.
Yeah, BistroMD.com.
I have some kids to feed. These are good for kids too, right?
Yes, my children eat them, absolutely. If you go to BistroMD.com, you can actually get a free diet analysis, and you do not have to sign up for a long period of time. Try it for a week and see if you love it as much as we do.
And it's pretty affordable, right?
Yes, it is, about $20 a day.
Created by a physician who specializes in weight loss. Thanks for being with us. And I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh, reminding you to watch The Balancing Act every weekday morning here on Lifetime Television. Hey, and don't forget to check out thebalancingact.com. We'll be right back. Most of you have heard the phrase by American mythology professor, writer, and lecturer Joseph John Campbell, who once said, "Follow your bliss. Do what you love and the money will follow." We're joined again by my colleague, Michelle Ragland. Michelle, do you agree with that?
You mean you didn't see my big bag of money following me?
That's
It's
right.
right over there.
Come in the door. Well, our next guest surely believes it. Julie Murphy Casserly shows people how to make the money follow in her new book, The Emotion Behind Money, Building Wealth from the Inside Out. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you here today. So why did you write this book?
The initial purpose was to help financially heal America. I'm one of 12 children, and so I've seen scarcity of money and abundance of money, and money comes from currency, and currency flows, and your money can either flow positively or it can flow negatively. You know, is it a positive flow or is it a negative flow? What are you hearing? Is it the keep up with the Joneses, or is it, you know, make sure that your family's okay and you're not, you know, running everything really thin to the wire? And I see that more often than not in our society.
And why do you think that America specifically just needs that financial healing? I know we see lots of problems in our society, so obviously that's why we need that financial healing. But how do we go about doing that?
Well, I think it really starts that you have to start to retain your personal power back with money. So many people have given away their personal power to the things in their lives, and really trying to shift and go back to what is really truly going to make you happy.
So is it the old adage that money can't buy you happiness and keeping up the Joneses will always make you find new Joneses to keep up with? Is that treadmill you're talking about?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like you get stuck in the rat race. Right. You know, if you watch anyone, I live in downtown Chicago, and if you ever see people get off the train in the morning, so many of them have this very sad look on their face.
Yeah.
And I always say, wow, you know, you have to follow your passion, find your unique ability. And then when you start to do those things that you absolutely love and that you dream of, then the money actually starts to flow in abundance.
So what is a healthy relationship with money?
Well, it certainly isn't one that's very debt-orientated, not one that you're having to chase to follow your bills and worry about when the next paycheck is going to come. You know, that I find people who have $500,000 of income versus $40,000 income, it's the same thing because we've all pigeonholed ourselves into a lifestyle. So something that's more healthy is one of more of abundance.
So here's a clue. If you're out there and you're just paying the minimum on all your credit cards, that's probably a hint.
Yeah.
That's
Certainly.
not a good thing.
Well, and I think one of the biggest components is that you can't shame yourself or judge yourself. You just have to recognize it where you're at so that you can heal. Because if you judge yourself, you're going to recreate the same patterns.
Okay, so you say that if you do what you love, money will follow. So can you give me an example of, let's say someone's got a great job, but they don't really like it and it pays really well. What is the problem?
And I find so many times people have those jobs that they really love, but they've already mastered that. They're then bored. Yeah. And so how do you then go outside of your comfort level and start to, you know, develop that next dream?
Right.
And I think it's really important to then find out how can you build that board of directors around yourself and get rid of those crabs in the bucket that are helping keep you where it is that you're at.
People that pull you back.
Absolutely.
Right,
so for an example, like if an employer keeps dangling money to you to stay in a job that you're not passionate about, well, you're actually blocking the flow for an even bigger opportunity if you were actually passionate about it, because you're opening up more of the floodgates.
You're a certified financial planner, but you talk like a psychologist.
Absolutely.
Now, we've obviously just scratched the surface on the emotion behind money. So where can people find the book?
You can find it at Amazon.com or my website, emotionbehindmoney.com. And there's also online communities on the website, so you don't have to go through it alone.
Emotionbehindmoney.com. I'm logging on after this. Julie, thanks for being here. It was a pleasure
welcome.
to meet you. Much more coming up on The Balancing Act. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Did you know that even though it's a tough economy, Americans aren't staying home all summer? A most recent consumer survey shows 45.8% of Americans intend on taking a vacation within 6 months. Today with us is Danielle Knox, my colleague.
Hello,
Welcome.
Kathy.
It's good
Thank
to
you
see
so much for having me. You know, here's the interesting thing. Our next guest is, get this, a working mom with 5 sons, so she certainly knows how to create a great vacation on a budget. Let's welcome Colleen Burns, Mom on the Run. Hello, Colleen.
Thanks for having me.
We are so thrilled you're here with us because you've got 5 kids. You're the mom on the run, on the sprint. I'm the mom on the run with 3 boys, but in any event, we
run
all
a little faster.
we all want to save money, and obviously we know we're going into the vacation season. So people who are trying to save money may opt just to stay home and not take a vacation at all. Should they do that?
The New York Times just cited 2 studies, both of which found that people suffer more fatal heart attacks and other health-related issues when they don't fit in that vacation. Also, Country Inns and Suites just did a survey and found that making family memories is what people looked most forward to when they went on a family trip.
And there are great memories when you travel together with your folks. I remember mine too. What are some other tips that we can save money when we travel?
One thing you can do is get a GPS that's compatible with an internet service that'll find you real-time gas prices and real-time traffic. This is a Dash Express. It's the first internet-connected networked GPS, and it will find you the local gas prices wherever you're traveling, as well as real-time traffic. So
I needed one of those this morning.
yes, they're a great thing to have. Also, you can go on AAA's website. They have a fuel calculator, so you can put in the make and model of your car, your destination, and find out exactly how much money you're going to spend in fuel costs for your trips. Another thing to do is to look for a hotel with plenty of free stuff, because a lot of hotels have free amenities. One of them is Country Inns and Suites, which offers free internet, high-speed internet, free breakfast every day. They have the swimming pools and the reading libraries at each of their locations. And they also have a travel value coupon book that's worth $200 in savings.
Here's the thing I always want to be sure of, that I have enough supplies on the road with 5 kids, with 3 kids. What can we do so we don't pay a premium when we get out there?
Pack those things like Band-Aids, antihistamines, sunscreen. Another thing you want to do is, like you were saying, pack a little cooler in your back of your car with some beverages, some bottled water and some snacks so you don't have to stop. It'll save you time and money. Another thing you want to do is look for maybe some lower-end electronics that can capture those family videos and pictures, because they usually have a lot of the same features as the higher-end products. This flip video camera, for example, is just a little over $100, and it's got a one-button operation, so even my 8-year-old will take that along on our trips, and he'll take the video, which is great.
They'll be taking all the pictures using
But then I don't have to do it, which is nice.
That's true.
And then the CyberShot digital camera line also starts around the same price range, just a little over $100. And there's these attachments like this marine kit where you can take pictures underwater, which is kind of fun.
Tell us where we can find out more about vacation planning.
Well, Country Inns and Suites has launched a new website, and that's called seeyouontheporch.com, where you can get some new travel tips. You can find out, you can personalize an e-postcard, and you also can upload your own family videos and family pictures to share with others, which is pretty good. You can find some tips on my website, which is momontherun.tv. I've got some more information about the products I was talking about as well. And you can also find some low priced and even completely free vacation spots near your home at twochambers.com and also roadsideamerica.com. So they're two great websites to check out.
You are a mom on the run. Thanks for joining us. She was great, wasn't she?
Yeah, Colleen Burns, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks again.
And cat lovers, you'll appreciate this. Up next, we'll tell you how to find the perfect mate. Stay tuned.
Want to make the most of your summer vacation photos? Get this complimentary Travel Values coupon book and save more than $200 in products and services you can really use, including 30 free prints from Creative Memories. This coupon is yours when you book your next stay at Country Inns and Suites, with 450 locations in North America. So start planning, book your stay, and upload movies and photos from your vacation at www.seeyouontheporch.com.
Did you know there are approximately 88.3 million owned cats in the United States? Now, not to be forgotten are the cat owners, some of whom are single and looking for other cat lovers to correspond and possibly meet up with. I'm joined today by my colleague, Kathy Peterson. Hi, Kathy.
Wendy.
Good to
Great.
see you. So, have you ever owned cats?
I've owned several and loved every one of them.
Okay, I've got a website for you, except you have a husband.
Yeah,
but
I do.
It still might be a place for you. We'll check it out. We're joined today by Sonny Crane, a cat owner from Long Island, New York, who realized this need and started his own website called personals.com. Get it? And he's here to tell us all about it. Welcome, Sonny.
Thank you for having me.
Love the name. I see behind us we've got your own personal cats, and they are quite gorgeous. They're beautiful.
Murray and Sam.
But tell us a little bit how you started the website, what your goals are
Sure.
about it.
Well, I've been a pet manufacturer of all kinds of products for many years, and I always felt there's such a good bond between a pet owner and their pet, but there's also a bond between a pet owner and another pet owner. And being that my wife and I are both big cat lovers, we thought it'd be really great to make a site just for cat lovers.
Love that.
And dog owners can go to dog parks, but cat lovers often don't go to cat parks.
That's exactly right. That's really true. So this is a great site as a cat community for anybody, and your husband won't get jealous because anybody can join.
I love cats.
Anybody can join the site.
Tell me specifically, how does the website work?
Sure. Well, first somebody obviously logs into personals.com, and then there's a small form they fill out giving some personal information. They don't have to worry. It's completely secure and safe. And once they log in, they're all set to go. And the site gives them the opportunity for sharing videos, email, chatting with other people.
So in their profile, they post their own information and information about their cat.
That's exactly right.
It's kind of like a cat fix-up, too.
Pretty much.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be single at all.
Not at all.
I mean, you can just get all kinds of great information about
Absolutely.
cats, what's in the news, that sort of fun thing,
Right,
too.
right.
Great.
It originally started as a dating community, but it's actually a social network community for any cat lover to join. So your
Great
husband
idea.
won't have any problem if you sign up.
Okay, but I'm single. So
Yes.
on the dating site, how many people are using dating sites these
Oh,
days?
I think the last statistic, there was about 35 million, I believe, people using dating sites for about $650 in revenue. And the interesting thing for my site, completely free.
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 Wow. Sunny, I know there's a lot of cat lovers out there, but how many cat owners are actually out there right now?
Yeah, well, the latest statistics are 38 million cats in households.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hillary should have campaigned to cat lovers. She
Oh
would have
my
got more
God.
votes.
It would have worked out pretty well.
38 million.
38 million, and there's 18% of cats are adopted from cat shelters, and it's an important thing to note that June is Adopt a Cat Month. And that's a very, very
Oh, that's
important
good to
thing for
know.
people around America to do their best to go to a shelter and adopt a cat. $200 a year is spent on veterinary services
Cat
for
lovers
cats.
take care of their cats.
Yes.
And
Cat-
that's actually pretty reasonable.
Pretty reasonable, yeah. You know, we like to say cat lovers are very finicky in their lives and their loves.
Yeah, so what other features are on the website, and why is it so important for the cat-loving community?
Well, cat owners really needed a place to come together, and on the site you can see videos of funny cat videos, you can see the latest news, you can meet other members through chatting and videos and email, and just anybody that owns a cat can come together and meet another cat person.
Sunny, thanks so much for being here today, and thank you for joining us. Tomorrow on The Balancing Act, more tips about taking vitamins, things to do with your kids this summer, and how to keep your brain healthy for all of your life. For Kathy Peterson, I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh. We'll see you tomorrow on The Balancing Act.
Air travel for The Balancing Act provided by Southwest Airlines.